with The Real Cinemas Blackpool and Ballincollig and online at therealpicture.com. In a world where there's a million movie podcasts, here comes another one from themoviebit.com. This is the podcast.
Christ. Who taught you that technique? A friggin' cheese grater?
Anything gets more than 3 blocks out, you turn it back or you turn it to ash. So you listen to me and you listen well.
Hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome to the podcast from themoviebit.com in association with the nice people at The Real Picture Cinemas. My name is Victor Barry. His name is Tom White. Tom,
hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
All
right. Pull out.
We had a bit of a makeup situation there before we started just to get Tom's hair ready.
Oh yeah.
For
hours of work.
Well, an hour and a half really isn't hours of work, Tom, to be fair. So we are live. This is Lively Movie Discussion. We're live on Facebook Live. If you're listening on the podcast, of course, you have subscribed on Stitcher or iTunes. If you haven't, subscribe and you get all of the good stuff for free. And please interact with us, podcast at themoviebit.com, or if you're watching us live, hit us up straight away. That's all you got to do. Type in a comment, click, and then you can interact with us, and then we will take your interaction, urinate all over it, and no, we won't. We will be saying to ourselves, isn't it amazing? Somebody is interacting with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. That's how it works.
Yep.
Isn't that how it works, Tom?
That's it. Yep, podcast over.
That's how it works. So there, thanks for watching, and that's it. This week, what are we reviewing this week?
Warn Everyone and Girl on Train.
And let's just say Tom was really looking forward to Warn Everyone.
Yes.
That's all we have to say.
We'll leave it at that.
And we will leave it at that. We had no podcast last week because unfortunately I was quite ill. And Tom just couldn't be bothered doing it on his own. That's how it works, isn't it? So we weren't here last week, so we're here this week with a quadruple length episode, which will be 15 minutes. But we like to start each and every podcast just by giving you guys something that you mightn't have had before. Something where you're listening going, holy beep, that's pretty cool. I never knew that. And to be fair, the money we spend on Tom's Trivia 3 knows no boundaries. Yep. The stuff that we have dug out of the Hollywood archives in the last couple of weeks has been blowing people's minds.
People we bribe, everything.
Less about the bribes, and let's just rock on with Tom's Trivia 3.
Tom's Trivia 3.
So, Tom, what have you got for us this weekend? Don't mind me. For the people who are watching, don't mind me. I'm trying to run this thing here as well. So that's why I look completely disinterested. Which I am interested, honestly.
He looks like that anyway. It's his default look. First up, Mask of Zorro could have been very different.
Okay.
Rob Rodriguez was originally set to direct, but Columbia balked at they balked at his R-rated take on the story.
I would have loved to seen Robert Rodriguez do Zorro.
Yeah, it would have been. Well,
just going to touch Tom's
my mic
cable there.
Yeah. You can just imagine how crazy Rod Rodriguez would have gone with that.
For anybody that wants to read an amazing book about filmmaking, Rebel Without a Crew.
Yes. By
Robert Rodriguez. It's out of print, but you can buy it on eBay or you'll buy it on the Amazon Marketplace. You might be able to get it on Kindle. I don't think you could, because I had to buy the one made of trees. So
a physical copy? What?
It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
But I gave it to a friend of mine when she was leaving a job.
Okay.
Because she get into the whole acting thing. So I said, "This you need to read this." On that book back. But you can tip Vic's out.
This is the reason for the podcast, is not to entertain you, is to get Vic's book back.
That's it, yeah. I can't spend the $4.99 on a Robert Rodriguez book anymore. But no,
we're going for 2 years just to get this book back.
It's check it out. It's an amazing read for anyone that has even the remotest passing interest in filmmaking or behind the scenes, because this guy is of doing things from nothing.
Yeah, one passage he was talking about, he looked at what he had and what he could make a movie out of, and he had a turtle, a truck, and a guitar case. And he made Desperado.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm sure people who are watching or listening to this can go, I've kind of got 2 or 3 of those things. People probably don't have the turtle, but they have the truck and the guitar case.
Yeah.
Turtles are cheap. They may be called terrapins here.
And
Somebody's going, well, there's actually a distinct difference between a terrapin and a turtle. Okay, whatever, David Attenborough.
oh, he listens.
Yes, he does. He does. Right.
And next up, Sophia Coppola, daughter of Francis Ford, director of Lost in Translation. She has been in all 3 Godfather movies.
Okay.
Godfather Part 1 as a baby, Godfather Part 2 as a random child, and finally she was Michael's daughter, Mary, in Godfather Part 3.
Do you remember, was the Godfather 2 video game any good?
Oh.
Was there one of them good and one of them bad?
I think it was the second one was good.
Okay, because I told my dad a lie, so because he asked me, is this Godfather thing any good? It's just, yeah, sorry. I know he's not watching. They don't have the internet.
Or
They're
good.
one of these unconnected people. But anyway. Right. What else we got?
And finally, the voice of Boo from Monsters Inc. Her name was, the actress behind was Mary Gibbs. She was only 2 when the movie was being made, so she had to be followed around the studio with a mic, because she was too young to memorize any of her lines. That was all ad lib.
She didn't really have lines.
Well, she had noises and random words.
To be fair, if things really hit the fan, they could have just went into a local toy store and started pushing random children's toys with a microphone, and
Brilliant.
they have done the same.
But Boo is an amazing character.
Yeah.
She's one of Pixar's best.
It's funny that some of the most emotive characters in cinema history are the ones that don't have any language.
Yeah.
Boo is one. R2-D2 is one. The Predator is another.
The Alien.
The Alien, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Just saying.
saying.
Just saying.
Actually, another kids movie, Sandman from Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go indeed. All right. So you can interact with us, podcast at themoviebit.com while I scratch fleas. You can also email. Did I just say email? What did I say?
You said email, yes.
Oh, yeah. So you can, if you're on the Facebook Live watching us, where this is going on right now, then you can drop us a comment if there's something that you want to find out about movies. Then we are the people to ask. If you don't mind Googling it, those lads don't know anything. If you've got an observation, if you agree, if you disagree, then just get a comment in there, and we'll shoot the breeze. That's what it's all about. We'll shoot the breeze. If this was a couple of years ago, I would have been saying, we'll shoot the fucking shit, like. But we're cleaning up the podcast.
Yeah. We've
for something else that's coming.
We've
Anyway.
grown as people. We haven't.
No, we haven't. I just want to.
I've devolved.
I just want to. Yeah, Tom is a couple of months away from just going back into sludge. Is that fair to say?
Is that a really obscure way of calling me fat?
No, it's not.
Anyway.
Right, reviews this week. What do you want to kick off with?
Let's kick off with Girl in the Train.
Okay.
Okay.
Not speaking of sludge.
Not speaking of sludge. And I'm going to make a disclaimer here. I've never read the book. And I've talked to a cross-section of people who've all seen the movie, who've read the book and have read
Tom
the book.
does his research. I spoke to a cross-section of people, and 58% of the respondents said the following. 15% said this, and then the remaining percentage said that.
So, just from talking to this group of people, half hadn't seen the movie or hadn't read the book before seeing the movie, and half had. A lot more enjoyment came from not reading the book. So make of that as you will, and keep that in mind with my review. So basically, this is based on the Paula Hawkins' The Girl in the Train. It was a novel, came out a couple of years ago. It was heralded as the next Gone Girl, which it wanted to be, because why call it Girl in the Train, not Woman on the Train? And now that it's here, Tate Taylor is director. He's director of The Help, and basically this is this deep, multi-stranded mystery, a lot like Gone Girl, and it kind of lives up to that movie, but not. It doesn't surpass it. So basically, what we hear, we're jumping time, we're jumping narratives, and the story follows three women. Rachel, played by Emily Blunt. She's an alcoholic wreck after her unhappy divorce from her husband. Then you have Anna, the woman that her husband left for, and then the final girl is Megan, and she is the nanny of Anna and Tom, played by Justin Theroux, and on her daily commute from New York, from Westchester into New York, Rachel sees Megan from her train window, and she becomes obsessed with her. And everything's grand. She's just happy, just watching Megan and imagining what her life is like, until she sees something and tries to get involved. This ends up with Megan going missing, and Rachel is the only person who knows what really happened. But she suffers from alcohol-induced blackouts, so she doesn't really know what's going on. And this script does it makes a great job of taking the core mystery, and it just peels back the layers. Like, when you first watching the movie, you're just given the basic amount of information. Then as the movie goes on, everything is just peeled back, and the story just comes way deeper than you ever thought it would. And
it sounds like the never-ending onion, just layer after layer
or
after layer.
Shrek joke. I live for this every Monday, just to make him sigh and just go, why do I do this? So yeah, it's this really deep mystery, and all there's a lot of moving parts to this movie, Taylor does a great job of making everything matter. Every element that's introduced, it plays a part in the overall story, and there's nothing superfluous. Like, I will say, I guessed. If you're paying attention, you will guess the ending, but for me, it was more about the journey than the actual destination. So it's all about the story. It's all about getting there. It's all about learning about Rachel's life, learning about Anna, learn about Megan, and like Megan's story. She's played by Hayley Bennett. Her story, her part, the part she plays in this is absolutely heartbreaking at times. And this movie, yes, it follows three women, but this is Emily Blunt's show, and I think this is one of her best roles to date. Like, I know, yes, I think she came to our attention with Young Victoria. That was her first lead role, but ever since then, she's always been like the supporting player. I think for like what was the one with Matt Damon? The Adjustment Bureau. Adjustment Bureau, she was the co-lead in that. Edge of Tomorrow was co-lead in that. This is her show, and she's absolutely amazing. She is every scene she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown, and she plays
just like me in this podcast.
Fuck you. And she plays drunk incredibly well. Unfortunately, the rest of the cast they're overshadowed a bit. Like, Anna just goes missing, and it's that hurts the movie, because there is so much to tell with that part of the story, and you feel like you're missing some major information. But this is if you like Gone Girl, you'll enjoy Girl in the Train. It's just a fantastically deep mystery and has a career best performance for Emily Blunt. There we go, 4 stars.
Career best performance, wow. Because other less worthy places were shit canning this.
Yeah. It's 62% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Which, somebody, was it on this particular movie? Somebody left a comment on the Facebook page, was kind of going, oh, interesting. I'm like, the fuck do you mean? But they had referenced Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I think like places like Rotten Tomatoes, tomatoes, potatoes, they just aggregate. It's very inaccurate.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't give a true representation of how good the movie is doing it in a lot of the time, because at versus the critics versus the general public, and it's you know, it's half a bag of spuds and it's half a bag of turnips.
Like after I wrote my review, I went back and read some of the other critic reviews, and a lot of them were comparing them to the book. So I think that's not the way to do it either.
Which, yeah, and I there's merit in that argument that, oh, is it as good as the book? Generally, since time began, the books have never, you know,
They're both
been worse than the movie.
Yeah, like the book is always better because it's a different medium. It doesn't have 2 hours allotted to it.
And I think that's very important, because a book is an experience that somebody does in the privacy of their own home, in the toilet, it could be on a train, it could be in the bath, it could be in a hotel. And it can span for as long or as little as you want. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month. So comparing things to books generally aren't the best idea. And I think as a movie, if the book was, you know, if the book was the source material, then the movie has to stand on its own 2 feet.
Yeah.
As look, this is what it is. It's just another story being told in a visual means. And if it's good, then it's good. If it's not, then so be it. 50 Shades of Grey is not a prime example of it being done well.
No.
But you still just can't compare.
No, you can't. Like, as I said, it is a different medium. So it's apples and oranges. You can't.
It would be like if you were watching this podcast as opposed to listening to it.
Yeah.
You'd go, it's a disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're listening to it, you'll be saying the same.
No, you won't. My God, this is orgasms in my ears. Anyway,
I don't want to be part of that.
Too late. You already have. We wiped you down before you even started.
Oh,
all right, let's go. What's up next?
All right.
Something that you've been waiting for quite a while.
Yeah.
Something that you've been really excited about.
Yes, I love John Michael McDonough. I love Guard. I love Calvary. So his latest movie, Warn Everyone, he's leaving Ireland, going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alexander Skarsgård was on board. Michael Pena was on board. And Paul Reiser, who... I forgot about Paul Reiser. I still love Paul Reiser. And
just in case you're crying into a cup of something somewhere.
Yeah. I remember you, Paul Reiser.
Tom remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Tom remembers.
Remember Paul Reiser?
Tom doesn't forget. Anyway.
Yeah, South Park reference there as well. So yeah, Warn Everyone. It is a buddy cop comedy, but it is of the bad cop, worst cop variety. So you have Bob and Terry, played by Pena and Skarsgård, and they're two corrupt cops who just fill their days with hunt down scumbags and double crossing them, taking their money, and they get wind of this a bank heist about to take place. So they decide they're going to take the money from themselves. Unfortunately, they get involved with the wrong person. This guy, Lord James Mangan, played by T.O. James, and he's not the type of guy to mess with. And basically, that's your story. And I'm just going to say outright, I was so looking forward to this film. We've said it before, and
Are you doing like pulling something out of your ass? Are you doing a back stretch?
no, it's scratching the small of my back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was.
See, as we said, if you were watching this as opposed to listening to it. Anyway, right, go on.
So yeah, I was so looking forward to this movie, and I think this is one of the most disappointing movies of the year for me. Okay. So this is like short version. Imagine if you took the storytelling of Calvary, very introspective, very slow, very methodical, and you put it onto Lethal Weapon. Doesn't work. Well, for me, it wouldn't work, because this is Lethal Weapon, pretty much. Because like Bob, Michael Pena's Bob, he is basically Murtaugh, but he's given the voice of Riggs.
Okay.
And Skarsgård is basically Riggs. He's this sensitive brute who's is going through all these problems and needs stability in his life. And like this starts off really well. It like bursts out the traps with a very one-sided car chase with a mime, and just the humor, like McDonough wrote the script as well, and the humor just crackles with so much energy. No one, like as the title suggests, no one is free from being made fun of. Though sometimes there's some minority groups who get a bit too much of a bashing.
Okay,
that will leave a taste in your mouth. And like it works like when it's Bob and Terry being bad cops and like snorting coke in bathrooms and all that, just being the worst cops they can be. It's great, but then it tries to do a story and the plot is almost non-existent. You have every cop movie cliche. You have pornographers, you have CD nightclub owners, you have the powerful bad guy, you have his campy henchman, and they throw all this into a pot and it goes nowhere. The plot is almost non-existent. It just trips from one scene to another. The villains are just god awful. Like T.O. James, his only defining characteristic is he takes every narcotic under the sun. Caleb Andrew Jones as his lisping campy number 2 shouldn't even be there. He outstays his welcome as soon as he comes on screen, and yeah, it's just really disappointing. The only thing that keeps Warren everyone afloat is Skarsgård and Pena. They're like Bob is, but we've seen Pena before, especially in Ant-Man, and it's a character that suits on the ground.
He can do a cop.
Yeah.
If we remember David Ayer's End of Watch.
Yeah. So he's just this endlessly chatty guy who just he has some really good zingers, but what are you doing?
That was a zinger.
Oh, zinger, yeah. But kind of it's the script as well as the problem, because once it gets out the setup, it just becomes laboured and just full of scenes of just guys trying to be smart. Like there's one point the guy says, "Oh, I've never been so happy."
Sounds like this podcast.
Yeah, and this guy goes, "Oh, I've never been happy," and then out of nowhere, for no reason whatsoever, this line didn't make sense. Penny just goes, "Oh, it's just the chemical reaction in your brain." No, it didn't make any sense. He never kind of had that characteristic before. It just felt like a smart line for the sake of a smart line. Skarsgård plays the sense of Bruce, and it's them two together, it's Pena and Skarsgård together, that makes this movie. Their chemistry is absolutely fantastic. They spark off each other very well. But when it comes to the rest of the casts, again, they're overshadowed by the two leads, and yeah, the movie goes nowhere. It's incredibly disappointing. I was so looking forward to this movie, and yeah, one of the biggest disappointments of 2016 for me, 2 stars.
See, for me, John Michael McDonough, if you subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, you can go back and listen to the last time he was on the podcast, and now that he's not here, we'll talk about him behind his back. Like Calvary was an amazing show.
Yeah,
he wrote and directed that. The Guard, I really, 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 really liked The Guard at the time. It was a really, really good show. He wrote and directed that as well. He wrote Ned Kelly, which was... He didn't work from 2003 to 2011 after Ned Kelly. I just wondering, is he losing the run of himself a little bit? Even though he's getting decent names.
Yeah,
he's getting big names. And I think it's bigger again coming on from Calvary. But I don't know. Maybe he's been going, let's do this right for the camera. He's been going this way.
Yeah.
So for people who are listening going, we don't have a fucking camera. My hand is going in the upward motion. And now he's just fallen off the...
Yeah.
However, if this is something that's by the numbers, it may well do the numbers.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Potentially, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hey, we're live. We're recording the podcast live. You can subscribe on Stitcher and iTunes. If you're watching this live on Facebook video, all you need to do is get involved. Debate, argue, or like Vincent has said there, just says squirt boy. we're all empty, I think.
Yeah.
We're empty for another 40 minutes. Ian's in. Well done, lads. Can't stay, unfortunately, but we'll check in again. Thanks, Ian. Ian sounds like he's only stumbled across this for the first time.
Yeah.
This is here forever. We've been here doing this video stuff forever.
It's like, oh, you're doing something great. I have to go now.
But thanks, Ian. Yeah,
Yeah, thank
like,
you.
fuck them, I can't be bothered watching these assholes. Okay, let's unleash your critically acclaimed screen actor, and well, I think you know the jig by.
Well, Ian might know.
What? Well, we might know, but look, yeah, let's go for some disappointment.
A critically acclaimed screen actor quotes movies he hasn't started.
Hey, look, friend, let's just cut the shit. Now we both know why I was transferred. Everybody thinks I'm suicidal, in which case I'm fucked and nobody wants to work with me, or they think I'm faking to draw a psycho pension, in which case I'm fucked and nobody wants to work with me. Basically, I'm fucked. Don't think he would have worked. Maybe.
I'd like to see Lethal Weapon where both of them were too old for this shit. That was Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah. I don't know, would critically even slow that down just even more? Would he just let's go with another one. Just slow it down even more. We'll be here for an hour. Because you know the way our critically acclaimed screen actor, when he does other things, he's quite methodic and just plods along until... Hey, look, friend, let's just cut the shit. Now we both know why I was transferred. Everybody thinks I'm suicidal, in which case I'm fucked. And nobody wants to work with penguins. Or they think I'm... Yeah, no. There was a reference to getting in March of the Penguins. Yeah, no.
He sounded like a robot.
You think?
Yeah.
I think no. I don't think he would have worked.
No.
No.
No, it does
You
take
know who might have worked?
Hey, look, friend, let's just cut this shit. Now we both know why I was transferred. Everybody thinks I'm suicidal, in which case I'm fucked, and nobody wants to fucking work with me.
I think Gilbert Gottfried would have worked maybe. No?
Yeah, they missed it. Oh god. Yeah, they missed the beat. Casting Mel Gibson instead of Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah. Or maybe
I'm faking to draw a psycho pension, Jack Sparrow. In which case, I'm fucked, and nobody wants to work with me.
basically I'm fucked. Combination of lots of people in there.
A mixed bag to pick from. Who would you want in the role?
Yes. Anyway, moving on. Movie news. The first poster was released for this. The first not safe for work image was released with a severed arm.
Still holding the gun.
Still holding the gun. We're talking about Hugh Jackman's final run as Wolverine. The movie is called Logan. The hype machine has started rolling for this. Look, he'll be back for more Wolverines. He'll be back.
No,
I don't want to talk because we're going to be talking about Daniel Craig in a minute.
Yeah.
They all come back.
Maybe he is. Maybe he might be, but I think Fox have, if you believe the story details that have come online, they've built in a way of having more Wolverine movies and no Hugh Jackman. So we'll talk about the story.
Okay.
So basically, Logan. It's set in the future, and mutant births are on the decline. Logan, or Wolverine, his healing factor is starting to wane. He's medicating with alcohol. He is caring for a decrepit Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart. And if you've seen that picture of Patrick Stewart,
He does look decrepit.
Yes.
To be fair, they decrepitized him up.
Oh god, that makeup artist did wonders making it, because he's an energetic man, but not in this picture. And there's a company that is turning mutants into killing machines, and one of them happened to be a little girl who has 2 claws instead of 3. And if you know your comics, we know we'll talk about X-23.
They would be my 2 claws.
Oh yeah.
If I had to have 2 claws, alternatively they would be those 2 claws.
So yeah.
Shing. Okay.
So and if you've seen the poster, it's Wolverine's hand holding a little girl's. Everything points to the little girl being X-23. So I see that yes, they could bring him back. Say if they do another kind of X-Men Days of Future Past type thing, reboot the universe, have Hugh Jackman there, but he seems adamant that this is his last go as Logan. So and yeah, so I say see him walking away, but Fox wants the X-Men. They want the X-Men franchise to continue, like with the new guys. So the perfect way of that is a new Wolverine being X-23.
Kieran says in the Facebook Live video, Donald Trump, who's that, his uncle?
Donald Trump
is the new wolf with his hands. Is there something going on? He refused to shake Clinton's hand. I know that, but
from Pulp Fiction.
What was the thing in Pulp Fiction?
He wouldn't shake anybody's hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
so
this is okay. Sorry. Okay, I get this. This is a wolf. I get this.
Yeah.
Clever, Kieran. I'm an idiot. Clever. I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. If that is what are you talking about, please let us know.
Yes, Kieran. Let us know, please, or tell us you were wrong and make us look like omnipotent beings. Right.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm looking for you for guidance. Come on.
Look, Daniel Craig has said, I don't want to motor with James Bond. He sounds Australian.
Yeah.
He has walked away from the franchise. He has said, I don't want to do it anymore, and blah, 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 blah.
A year ago, he said he'd rather slit his wrists than do another James Bond.
Which is quite irresponsible of him to say. But anyway, that's Daniel Craig. Good old Danny boy. The pipes. Or the trucks are backing up.
Yeah.
That's not the sound of the pipes you're hearing. That's the sound of the trucks going beep, 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 beep. With money. Because Daniel Craig is now... My God, we predicted this here many moons ago. Is not necessarily done with all things 007. Tom.
Yeah.
And this really annoys me, and I'll tell you why when Tom shuts up.
All right. So yeah, kind of. He was on stage at the New Yorker Film Festival over the weekend, and he broached what he said a year ago about the whole slitting wrists and thing. And he said this: they say that shit sticks, and that shit's definitely stuck. It was the day after filming Stopped Inspector. I'd been away from home for a year. So you can, in one way, you can kind of see, yeah, he was like the Spectre shooting took place in Mexico, Austria, Monaco, Italy.
What horrible locations!
Yeah, throw in how physical the James Bond role is. You could see he could have been a bit cranky, and he talked outside of school, maybe. But yeah, he kind of went on to say, as far as I'm concerned, I've got the best job in the world. I'll keep doing it as long as I still get a kick out of it. If I were to stop doing it, I would miss it terribly. So a complete 180 from what he said. I am hearing the trucks. Vic is definitely hearing the trucks. So, and I am sick of the saga of James Bond 25, because we've had... Dan Craig's not doing that anymore. Dan Craig's been offered a load of money to do it. Idris Elba's going to get it. Tom Hiddleston's going to get it. Just...
You mewling Quinn. Here's the thing. Craig cleverly did the Downey.
Yeah.
This is what it's called. This is what I'm calling it. It's doing the Downey. Because when the Avengers movie came out...
Yeah. God damn it.
We need to replace it, Mike. When the Avengers movie came out, he was on Letterman, he was everywhere, and they were like, oh, you're going to do another Iron Man movie? Oh, I don't know, I'm not going to... He doesn't sound like that, but he's like, oh, I'm not sure, I want to do other things.
Yeah. And well, he had one more Iron Man movie left after Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 left.
And it was like, oh, I'm not going to, I don't know, I go on and do other things and all this kind of stuff. And he just kept, that was the general mantra, and the headlines were... Robert Downey Jr. does no more Iron Man, says goodbye to Marvel. All of this.
Were they from the 1920s?
Yes. See, Robert Downey Jr. is gone, see? And it was just a case that he kept this mantra going, And then they just backed up a bigger truck. And he's like, oh, well, me and Marvel here, we're good friends. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I think,
They give more money and less to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the exact same thing for Daniel Craig. I don't want to do it. He's been quite honest about it. Honest, and he's been quite vicious about it.
Yeah.
Where the whole slash and wrist thing is a bit, but either way, it's doing, as far as I'm concerned, he's doing the Downey, and he will get the dowry.
Yeah.
Do the Downey, get the dowry.
I want to see like a 70s song called Doing the Downey now. Yeah. We'll never dance again.
No. Kieran is back, doesn't answer the question about the Pulp Fiction reference, but says, what do you think of the siege of Jaredville?
Yeah.
We'll have the review for you, by the way, a little later on. We don't have it up now, but Tom...
I just saw this. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It is the closest an Irish movie has come to a proper action film. It's very Hollywood feeling.
Even outside of Grabbers?
Yeah, kind of. This is like, it has a bigger budget than Grabbers. It feels like this could have been made by Michael Bay.
Okay.
It would have been more jingoistic and fuck yeah, America. But it's
bald eagles and flags and wolves and stuff.
Like it's a very interesting story. Like, it's a true story that we didn't even know about until like nearly 6 years ago, and it's really well done. Jamie Dornan, I kind of forgive him for Christian Grey because he's very good in this. And yeah, you'll full review later, but really enjoyed it.
All right, themoviebit.com for that. So yeah, it's Craig is going to be back.
Yeah.
And I think I think the studio is kind of looking at their other alternatives, and there is no other alternative really. Idris Elba would get it for the wrong reasons. It would be all for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
People, let's go see the black guy be the English spy, which is the complete wrong reason for it. That should be, it's like the old Batman thing, Anybody can be a hero in a cape, and
Idris Elba is a great actor.
He's an amazing actor.
Would kill in that role, but he wouldn't have been cast for his
The right
talent.
reason.
Yeah,
No,
he'd be
no.
cast for.
Hiddleston is too weak. Hiddleston has the class. He doesn't have the physical presence.
No.
Loki doesn't.
He has to bulk up.
Yeah, like Loki doesn't have the physical presence. He has the mental, conniving, clever presence.
I think we agreed the only person we could accept would be Fassbender.
Yeah, and Fassbender is probably going. No,
I don't need another franchise.
yeah.
So get me Steve McQueen is probably what he's saying right now.
Speaking of franchises, I'm not sure about this really.
Yeah.
I looked at the trailer and and you can see the trailer right now on themoviebit.com. Kieran is saying, please, no more of him as Bond. The last movie was forgettable. You're right, Kieran. It was.
Yeah, it was trying too much to be old school.
Yeah. Like, people spend a lot of time arguing about whether to modernize Bond or not. Daniel Craig brought it kicking and screaming into
Casino Royale.
Into kind of the modern day with Casino Royale and Quantum of
Didn't work
Solace.
with Quantum of Solace. Skyfall brought back the whole old school. I think it was for me, it was a good mix of old school and a modern Bond. But then Spectre just tried to be Roger Moore.
So this is something that is, will I say it's scraping the bottom of the barrel? I'm not sure. The trailer, however, I like the trailer. You can see the trailer for the Power Rangers movie right now on themoviebit.com. It is something that the ending of the trailer is the best thing about it.
The transformations
into the suit and stuff, because it's clever. It didn't just push that to the forefront straight away.
No,
which made me think, oh, this is cool. It's a clever trailer. Then I thought to myself, okay, they haven't got any of the rest of the movie made, and they're kind of screwed to get something out there.
Yeah, that's what definitely the trailer. The trailer is all about introducing to the kids before they become Power Rangers, and it's kind of.
See, I'm not a Power Rangers fan, but I'm just wondering, is this going to be a movie that it's the last 15 minutes there? Oh, holy shit, we're the Power Rangers.
I don't know. And it's kind of, it's what's been happening with kind of franchise, like kind of kid franchises we grew up with. been kind of rebooted on TV and on movies. They kind of tried to make it a bit darker, kind of grittier. So the kids are no longer these goody two shoes kind of teenagers. They're outsiders. I read somewhere they likened it to a superior version of Breakfast Club.
Okay.
So they're all in this kind of they're all in this kind of detention out like on a Saturday type thing, and then they come across this mysterious object, given strength, colourful suits, giant robots which are coming later. It looks interesting. It's not Power Rangers, and I don't know how they're going to. They've made what they've shown to us. It's very gritty, very grounded.
Did somebody tell them, look, let's not do a Christopher Nolan on this?
Someone should have.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
It reminds me very much, unfortunately, of Fantastic Four.
yes, Van Forstick from 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone else kind of made another comparison. Max Landis on Twitter, who apparently wrote a treatment that was for a Power Rangers movie that was writer Chronicle wrote a treatment for Power Rangers movie was rejected, and then he put up on Twitter, oh, they rejected my Power Rangers script and just made Chronicle. So it
was too Chronicle.
Yeah, it was very chronically. It works for what they showed. I don't know how they're going to handle gritty giant robots or a gritty floating head of Bryan Cranston.
I don't think you can do a gritty robot. If you look at Pacific Rim,
I was about to say Pacific Rim,
which the robots weren't gritty. They were gritty-ish, I guess, but they were
Yeah.
still bright, colourful.
that was it. Yeah,
You know, popping off the screen.
like Gypsy Danger had a neon light in the middle of his chest.
I wish I had a neon light in the middle of my chest.
Odd thing to say. So yeah, I don't know how they're going to handle the rest of the Power Rangers lore, the giant monsters, the giant robots. If they handle it the way they're going, it mightn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I hate to shit it in it before it's even, crawl out of the sewers, but this looked like it needs to be buried again.
If the movie was just what the trailer presented, kind of kids getting superpowers and that was it, we'd be watching Chronicle again. But it would work. But the fact that there's so much more to Power Rangers than just the kids in the suits, it'll be interesting to see. I'm just going to say that.
Another comment on the Facebook Live video just before we wrap up. What's next? A rerun of The Waltons. John Boy kills his family and goes on the run, but ends up as a stockbroker in Wall Street. That mightn't be a bad idea.
Yeah,
I would pay money for that.
You sold me a movie.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, no, but
A Wall Street stockbroker hides a perilous past.
Yeah, we should have wrote something.
yeah.
That could work. That could actually.
Just call it.
That's not a movie. That's fucking a reality TV show.
Call it Goodnight John Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But we all know though, it's these rebooting TV shows, movies, not the way to go now. It's all about rebooting movies as TV shows.
Yeah, and I think leave Netflix do that.
Yeah.
Because Netflix do that right. Netflix are in the long game. I think Hollywood's movie studios are in the very short coin game at the moment.
They're in the catch-up game.
They're in the catch-up game, and there's great articles. Is it Variety or one of those anyway? How Hollywood is running scared from Netflix, who spent $6 billion on content last year, just on content, on making stuff. $6 billion. And you know what? I know Netflix varies from country to country, but once they sort out their licensing thing with the movie studios, and that's the hold up, then they're going to be unstoppable. And I would think there's a reason that hold up is there.
Yeah.
Is because the hammer is coming for Hollywood. This will be the Netflix bit soon. The hammer is coming.
No one take that.
Somebody will fucking register that now. Even though I know who's registered. But anyway, I'm sure he'll give it to us one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the way people consume movies is changing, and the way people are consuming movies are being changed is dictated by your internet speed.
Yeah. We're a binging culture now.
We're a binging culture. I think if you look, the Siege of Jaded Phil is another one that was partially funded by Netflix.
Yeah.
And now it's on Netflix a couple of weeks after it was in the cinema.
Yeah, the theatrical window usually is 12 weeks.
Yeah, in some cases
it was
it can be a little shorter,
yeah.
but it's 2 weeks. That's the way it's going. If you've got the money to burn right now, you can watch any Hollywood blockbuster at home legally by putting in one of these movie servers that there's one of them shut down recently. There's a few of them. Sean Parker, the guy who had Napster, he's doing one. Hang on, let me find out what it's called. It's gone off the top of my head.
And like Netflix have they signed a deal with a cinema chain in
the screening room is Sean Parker's thing.
But Netflix signed a deal with a cinema chain in America, iPic, to show the movies in the cinema for a couple of weeks before they go to Netflix. And iPic is one of those higher level kind of cinema chains, is where like you pay $30 and you get food delivered to you and like drink and all that. So I don't see other cinemas doing that.
Yeah, like there are some movies that are a big screen experience.
Oh yeah,
and even if you've got like 130 inch screen at home, even if you've got that, doesn't matter. It still cannot take away from something like IMAX or something like a Screen 1 in most cinemas.
Yeah.
But it has to be worthy. It has to be worthy of that. But at the same time, it's very hard to get people back into the cinemas.
And Hollywood have been letting us down with the big blockbusters lately.
Yeah, like the horse is bolted out the gate and got run over by Netflix. Really, the Netflix train?
Yeah. God, your analogies lately are fucking amazing.
And I think that's the way it's going.
Yeah.
And I think, I pay my whatever it is to Netflix. We're not affiliated with Netflix in any way, but I think what they do, I think what Amazon does, is here's the thing. The Grand Tour with the Top Gear thing.
Oh, yeah.
Clarkson,
May and
Hammond. That's starting on Amazon as well, is going to redefine things again. Because here was one of the most popular TV shows in the world. It's now gone to a company that they're not a TV. They're a fucking bookshop. Okay?
Yeah.
The bookshop that shut down the bookshop in your local neighborhood is now going to bring one of the world's biggest TV shows to you if you pay them. And that's the way it's going. And I think, fair play to Jeff Bezos and all the money that they spent on this whole thing, and that Amazon procurement crew, what they've got here with this is insane. So that's the way it's going. You look at all of the content that's on YouTube, and I'm not just talking cat videos or movie trailers. There's a whole ton of stuff out there. So people digest things very differently. The old days of going to the movies and trying to finger someone down the back while you watch the movie, they're kind of over.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Because traditionally, right, here's the thing, and here's where Hollywood needs to be listening, okay?
Come closer.
Come closer. Traditionally, movie and a dinner, or dinner and a movie, was the old romantic date stuff, right? And it still is to the best part. A lot of first dates are going to the movies, right? Going to the movies, you go into a big multiplex, a big building with lots of people. Okay. It's easier to get somebody to a multiplex than it is to bring them back to your house for Netflix and chill.
Oh, God.
Okay, but it's an observation, but it's correct.
Yep.
Right?
Everything just failed on me now.
It's just Tom's life, really. but that's the observation, and it's right. And I don't think really that the cinemas can really fix that.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just me.
I'm just trying to fix everything here.
That's all right, Tom. So that's the story. And that's the key. I mean, you meet somebody out and you go, "Oh, we're going on a date." Yeah, what do we do? "Oh, come back to my place for Netflix and fisting or whatever the case may be. It's just that bit difficult because at least if
that one's names they rejected.
Because if you go to a movie, there's a bit of it. There's conversation before. There might be conversation during. There's conversation, so the people can ascertain as to whether this is a lunatic or not. You know.
You've lost me on this whole.
What I'm saying is, you have a window in a public place of making a judgment call whether you'll go Netflix and killing the next time, or you'll have another movie date.
Okay.
So on the first movie date, you can figure out what's what to a point, as opposed to just going ding dong.
So there's still a need for big cinema chains in Hollywood
to keep the murder rates down. Yes, there is. I think it's a very valid observation. That if you met somebody, what do we do for a first date? Oh, come on back to my place. You know, if you like the cock, then good. You know, whatever. Look, you get what I'm getting at without being crude. Yeah.
Look, I think we all understand.
I think we do too. I don't though. Right, that's it. Time to throw this girl onto a train, and we're out of here. So thank you for watching on Facebook Live. Please, if there's any other comments, drop them into us right now or leave them on the post. You can rewatch this again, and you can subscribe and follow us on Facebook. So the next time we go live, which generally is each and every Monday night, then you get to, join in the madness. And subscribe.
And such madness there will
be.
The
core of all of this, the podcast. Subscribe on Stitcher and iTunes. This is episode 298. We are 2 away from episode 300.
Wow.
Who'd thunk it, huh? Who'd thunk it?
And we have a milestone coming up on the site soon as well.
Yes, we're about to blow through. There's always innuendo here. We're about to blow through 10,000 articles on themoviebit.com. Which is insane. So anyway, that be that, as they say, and we'd be out of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
TheMovieBit.com podcasts available on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, direct download, and streaming on TheMovieBit.com. Streaming and creaming.